Um, Hello. If you're watching this, this is the my very first video, and I guess what is going to be my digital journal of sorts. I've as of last night, I just started actually doing like a normal journal. Uh, Apparently, it has lots of benefits in terms of helping to shift one's personal narrative and whatnot. But yeah, the effects are like delayed. I'm rambling. This is gonna be my very first video, and the purpose of this is to I guess create some sort of accountability because now I'm putting it out there for everyone to see. It makes me very uncomfortable. um, I like to I like to hide. I like to stay in the background. I never want to be on this side of the camera. So this is very uncomfortable and strange for me. My hope with this is that maybe not more motivated, but again, that sense of accountability will help push me to do things. And if this all goes, if this, fucking damn it, if this ends up going well, and I end up doing all the things I want to do, maybe other people can look back on this and maybe find some inspiration, and at least then I'll have some positive impact of sorts. Um, in the meantime, I'm probably just gonna upload these raw. I'm not gonna do any editing of any sorts because I don't really want to spend my time doing that right now. That's not where any of my interests are. Um, and I've given myself a kind of list of things to do that are productive, and I want to try to stick to that. Pick a few things, start kind of washing them out, and see how that goes. If I end up liking this, or this grows on me to some capacity, maybe I will start to learn how to edit and do things like that. But for now, I'm trying to keep my plate somewhat manageable, especially for someone like me. I'm very easily overwhelmed and borderline incompetent. It takes me forever to do like the simplest of things. So keeping things manageable, I think, is probably important. And yeah, just that's not where my interests are right now. So I'm not gonna be too worried about that. Uh, and maybe I end up never learning how to do it because I just don't care. Maybe this is enough for me. But cross that bridge when we get to it. For now, as I said, I've started doing the journaling thing. Um, so here's to hoping to maintain that. And then I guess along with this journaling, I got two sources of that now. The rent one I'll try to do daily. No promises. This one I think I'll do weekly. I think it might be a bit too much to do this every single day. Just I don't know. I don't know. I'll probably do this weekly with no promises in terms of frequency. But okay, you know what? No, I will do it weekly, but maybe I do it more frequently, but never longer than a week. Always at least once a week. I think that's what I'll do. I should get into the meat and bones of the whole thing. So I recently went on a trip, and it was to Japan, and I came back, and I think a lot of people probably experience this, but you go somewhere and then you feel amazing. It's the greatest thing ever. You come back and then there's just kind of this lull of triviality. Everything just fucking sucks. But for me, it's even worse though because I was already in like not a great headspace when I left. I left and then I had like the greatest time, and then I came back and it was like, oh, fuck, astronomical fall off, like just orbital drop. Yeah, it's been rough. I've been back for now 2.5 weeks. I've been sick the entire time. Now I'm somewhat better. I still got my head's still fucking like extremely light, and I still have this cough that kind of comes and goes. But during these like 2.5 weeks, I've been kind of doing a lot of doom scrolling, and then also on my computer, I'm just like obsessively just going through a million YouTube videos. Most of them are trying to be like positive motivational shit and talking about like burnout and changing mentality around that, or like feeling lazy and unmotivated and all these other things. In a different video, I'll probably dive more into that. I'm hoping that some of these videos I can have like a more of a realistic conversation with. I am just talking to myself, but it helps to think about, like, I don't know, someone else is struggling with someone and just kind of discuss it. Whatever. That's not right now. So yeah, in these 2.5 weeks, I've kind of been sitting down and assessing things, and I've started a kind of list of sorts of things I want to start doing to kind of be productive. A lot of it is stuff I've had on the back burner for a long time, and I've actually started chipping away at it already, which was kind of nice. It was just small things, but you know, that's, they say that's important or some shit. I don't fucking know. I'm extremely cynical and pessimistic and nihilistic. But anyways, among some of those things, I'm just gonna start name dropping some of the stuff that I can recall, but also because again, the whole point of this is, I guess, is accountability. So I should put it out there. Among some of that stuff, I talked about learning Japanese, and the main reason for that is because I wanted to go do a working holiday, but I want to be a somewhat self-sufficient. The prospect of the working holiday is quite scary for me. I've traveled. I traveled there just alone, but like it was still somewhat of a normal kind of vacation. You know, there was like a hotel and there was a flight I paid for. I don't really know where I was going with this. The point being though is, like, I've never been away from my country for a year. That's crazy. I have to like find accommodation. I have to get a new bank account. I have to find a part-time job in a country I don't know, with people, like, just by myself, and I don't even know where to begin. I have no real skills or talents, and it's not like I have a degree in anything. Story for another time. But it's intimidating, you know. I don't really know how to approach it. And I can just go look at these programs and do all that and just kind of mindlessly go at it. And I probably should. I think I'm obviously kind of like preventing myself by forcing myself into like this anxiety head state. But I don't know, it's intimidating. And I want to be able to do it on my own. I don't want to have to go through these programs, but I think maybe I'm kind of like overcompensating in the sense of like, oh, this thing's giving me anxiety. I should confront it. Let me do like the most insane shit to kind of deal with it. Maybe that's a bit too much. Maybe I should concede a bit or compromise and be like, I'm gonna go look at some of these programs and, you know, cough up the cash to deal with all that. I tell myself that's any sort of, I don't know, middle ground of sorts is kind of conceding to my anxiety of sorts. Man, get in your own head about this stuff. I don't even know what the right decision is anymore about anything. Fuck. It's like my anxiety controls me and it stops me from doing this, and this, and I'm having an obsession, blah, 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 blah. So I gotta go do that thing to, exposure therapy or some shit, and then I'm like just doing the most insane shit because I feel like I have to, or I don't know. Story for another time. But yeah, so there was, learn the language, try to figure out how to apply for a working holiday, figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do for work, accommodation, blah blah blah. Yeah. Right now, I've been kind of stuck in the figuring out stage, and I'm just doing a shitload of research, but not actually doing anything about it. You know what I mean? I do this with like everything though. I'm always like, I'm gonna start doing this thing. Let me do an absurd amount of research, retain none of that knowledge because I'm mentally retarded, and then just give up and not do the thing because I've exhausted myself by looking into the thing. I do that with like a lot of stuff. I hate it. It sucks. I'm too scared to start, so I try to do these things to mitigate that fear, and then I just burn out before I actually ever truly start. I I should get back to the list. But yeah, so there's those two things, and then I was also I wanted to start. I want to learn how to start DJing. Uh, my experience in Tokyo was very interesting, and I don't know. I want to try my hand at that. I need to get my license, my driver's license. I never really did that. I started the process a year ago, but I need to get like proper lessons. So I need to go drop like $1,000 on that because I have no means of learning or practicing or progressing in any capacity in that. I should get back to school. I just not like college or uni right now because of money, and I'm still, unfortunately, I'm still at a point where I really don't know what the fuck I want to do. I've had so many dreams and goals and ambitions growing up, and story for another time. A lot of shit happened, and I just kind of threw everything to the wayside because, long story short, I just completely gave up on myself. I felt so unbelievably dead, and it just, all of it just lost all meaning, and nothing felt attainable as I was just too inept. And even if it was attainable, it wouldn't have mattered because everything's meaningless and blah 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 blah. And it's, I don't know. It's hard to talk about this in an abstract sense. But I do need to like go back and upgrade some of my high school stuff in order to apply for programs that if I were to go to post secondary, the stuff I'd actually want to do. So I should do that on top of also doing my part-time work. And I need to start being more consistent with working out. I remember that. I haven't really started seriously, but I've been kind of at this for over a year now. I want to say like a year and a half. And it's been really hit and miss. I've been going from like once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, and then that lasts for like a month, and then I just like, I don't know what happens. I just, one day I'm like, fuck, I just can't go today. And then I just end up not going for like 3 months. And then I'll start up again at like 2 days a week or once a week, and it's like, fuck. My most recent string was only once a week. It was really hard though. I was really struggling with even going once a week though, which was unusual. It's usually once a week is manageable for me, so it was a bit demotivating for that. But yeah, I want to try to work myself back up to 3 times a week. And then I get my own head about that because I'm like, if I'm struggling this month with just going once, and with no improvement, at least I don't feel like there's any improvement, then how the fuck am I gonna get to 3? I can't really say anything right now though because again, it's been like, yeah, it's been a month and half a week since I've last been because I was gone for my trip and I didn't do any working out there. I did a lot of walking though, and that was nice. And then a lot of running around in the middle of Tokyo at 2 a.m. drunk. Fuck. Where was I going with this? Yes, okay, so I was somewhat active there, and then I come back and I got sick. And then, like, legitimately, I am sick, so I'm not trying to go somewhere and get other people infected, but also, I'm not doing anything to aid my illness. And I'm kind of, at this point, it just feels like an excuse to not go. Because I hate being successful, productive, and doing anything with my bastard life because I don't know, I just hate myself so much. I think I deserve the worst. It's so fucking hard, man. It's so hard to shift your fucking mentality around these things, you know? I'm coming up on almost 15 minutes. I'll try to end this in the next minute. If you're actually watching this, thank you. I appreciate that. You probably should be doing something better with your time, though. I hope that while this video definitely wouldn't be insightful at all, perhaps there's like a seed of something that you can grasp onto. Hopefully any other videos I do post, which praying that I actually do, will be a bit more insightful, and it might be a bit more. Maybe I'm hoping I can show progress of some sorts, and I guess make your time worthwhile. I don't want to just have kind of like a video log of me progressing. As great as that would be for me, if I'm doing this, I kind of want to make your time worthwhile, you know. Hopefully I can bestow upon some ancient Chinese wisdom of sorts. Apologies, you've caught me at a very Chinese time in my life. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here for now for this one. Um, maybe I drop my socials, maybe I won't. If I do, it'll be in the description. Again, I kind of like being a ghost, but I'm at a point in my life where things kind of need to change. Not because of how old I am, but because it's like I'm just exhausted of being exhausted. Fuck, man. It's not the first time in my life I've said this, but like this is the first time where I'm like, fuck, man. I don't care how scared I am of doing this shit. I just need to do something. I have zero direction, but I don't care. Who the fuck gives a shit what the destination is at this point? I just need to start walking. I'm tired of sitting on this same path, just watching people walk by me and just kind of like waiting for something to change. And it's just like, fuck, I'm just exhausted being exhausted. So even if I make a ton of terrible, terrible decisions, and you guys will be along for the ride for me to document all that, but fuck, I don't care. I just need to be somewhere that's not here. Okay, till next time. Maybe I'll find a way to sign off by then. Maybe that should be my goal for the next week. Fuck that. I'll see you around.